This is how the trebuchet is going so far. I got two saws, I got the 500i, got the 201. What we've done is grab these two aspen logs. I've bucked them at an angle. That way it's going to slide easier when the truck's pulling them. What I've done to join this cross member here that's going to make the base frame for the whole trebuchet, so I've cut these two mortises and I just cut a tenon here. Tenon is going to go into the mortise. And then to secure that, I'm going to cut a slice and drive a wedge in there. Then to secure that wedge, I'm going to put a big 6-inch deck screw across. Alright, so I got that one put together now. You can see I cut it extra long up there. It's okay, I have a little bit of splits up there, not a problem. This is the tenon, this is the wedge in the middle. Did the same thing for the second side. You can see we've got our mortise cut, we got our tenon. This is a chunk that came out of the mortise. So I've just been laying that on there and, well, it's not bad. You can see I got a little bit of slop. That's okay because the wedges take up the slop. And then same thing on the side. Left a little bit of extra width, about 3/8 of an inch. So I'm gonna have to scooch this log over towards the dog and then slide it on and make sure it fits. I'm not gonna go ahead and wedge that in because I gotta do the back tenons. I want to be able to push this log on and do both with the wedges at once so I don't have to try and shimmy the angles. Our wedge here, it's too wide. Measure approximately the right amount. And the mortise and tenon joint is done. Alright, so I had to jack this thing up. I cut little notches out of the front so I could get a high lift jack under it. The reason I needed blocks there was so I had clearance to get the bar on my saw out. I was making the mortises for the uprights. You can see that they're touching up top there. I don't want that. What we're going to do is shorten them down a little. But before I shorten them down, I gotta get this one that I like braced in place because this one I gotta pull over to me. That's why we got the strap there. I'm trying to get those lined up. But for now, I got a couple more pieces on the ground. All I'm going to be doing is putting a flat spot here to screw to, flat spot there to screw to, and just putting these 45-degree braces in just so that that's nice and rigid front and back. Because as that counterweight swings around, it's going to be yanking it back and forth. That's why we got such a large base for this. So right now we're working on getting the throwing arm sorted. We got the pin through as our support, 3/4 inch piece of steel rod. We've got it sort of safetied in there. We used the winch, chokered around there underneath the frame to my truck to get this vertical. The plan is the counterweight I made, which consists of a old bucket with some sides welded on. We tried putting hooks in here before, it just tears the metal out, so welding a strap there and then shackling to it's going to work better is our thought. And we got a piece of chain that's going to go on that bucket. It's gonna go through a hole we drilled in the end of the throwing arm. All right, we're gonna do a little close-up of how this works. So the first thing is there's this cable here that we use for tensioning it. It's tied on to the tip of the throwing arm. Also in the throwing arm, we have two lines going to our pouch made of a hoodie hood. One of them is fixed on and can't slide down because of this nail. The other one has a loop, a little bow line there to this pin. This pin has an angle that calibrates when it releases. This rope here is the safety line that keeps it from firing. We've got a spot over there with a set of loops with a consumable rope between them. That's what you cut to shoot it. Then all the counterweight mechanism does what it does. All right, Canna, whenever you're ready, cut the rope, please. We're launching a cantaloupe-sized rock this time. Should go about 70 yards.